Friends, since the dawn of time, the moon has captivated the human imagination. Its constant presence in the sky, setting the rhythm of the nights and tides, has inspired myths, legends, and a deep fascination to unravel its mysteries. In this amazing journey, we will delve into the secrets of our only natural satellite. We will explore its origin, its influence on our planet, and the discoveries that have marked the space race. Get ready for a journey full of wonder, where science and mystery intertwine to reveal the true nature of the moon, a celestial body that has been a silent witness to the history of humanity. Join me as we unveil the secrets of the moon, myths, realities, and curiosities that will surprise you.
The story of the moon's origin is a fascinating tale that dates back to the beginnings of the solar system, about 4,500 million years ago. Back then, our cosmic neighborhood was a chaotic place, with countless rocks and protoplanets forming. The most widely accepted theory among scientists suggests that the moon was born from a catastrophic event, a huge collision between the young Earth and a Mars-sized object we call Theia. This colossal impact, which released incredible energy, launched a huge amount of material into space. Over time, these remnants, under the influence of gravity, came together to form the moon we know today. It is important to note that this theory not only explains the formation of the moon, but also the tilt of the Earth's axis, which causes the seasons and the speed at which our planet rotates. The moon is not just a beautiful decoration in our night sky. Its presence has been essential for the development of life on Earth. One of the most important roles of the moon is its influence on the tides. The force of gravity it exerts on the oceans produces high and low tides, a crucial phenomenon for life in the sea and climate regulation. In addition, the moon acts as a protective shield for Earth, deflecting asteroids and comets that could collide with our planet. Its presence has also been fundamental in stabilizing Earth's climate over millions of years, allowing life to thrive and evolve into what we know today. Throughout history, the different phases of the moon have caught human attention, fascinating cultures and civilizations around the world. Since ancient times, it has been observed how the moon changes shape night after night, going from a thin crescent to a luminous disk and shrinking again until it disappears from our sight. This phenomenon has been recorded in myths, legends, and calendars. This cycle, known as lunar phases, is due to the position of the moon, Earth, and Sun, and how they interact with each other. As the moon revolves around the Earth, the portion illuminated by the sun that we can see from our planet changes, giving rise to the different phases. This orbital motion is constant and predictable. The main lunar phases are the new moon, when the moon is between the Earth and the sun, and we cannot see it. It is a moment of total darkness. The first quarter, when half of the lunar disk is illuminated. It is a phase of growth and expansion. The full moon, when the face of the moon we can see is fully illuminated by the sun. It is a spectacle of light and fullness. And the last quarter, when half of the lunar disk is illuminated again, marking the beginning of the decrease in light. It is important to note that the moon does not emit its own light, but reflects the light of the sun, acting as a mirror in the night sky. The amount of sunlight reflected by the moon varies depending on its position relative to the sun and Earth, which gives rise to the different lunar phases. This cycle of light and shadow is a constant reminder of the cosmic dance in our solar system. Incredible as it may seem, lunar phases don't just affect the tides. Several studies have shown that the moon can also influence animal behavior, plant growth, and even people's moods. For example, it has been observed that some animals, such as corals, synchronize their reproduction with the lunar phases. The full moon is also believed to affect the sleep of some people, causing insomnia or more vivid dreams. In the plant world, it has been observed that some plants grow faster during the waxing moon, and that tree sap flows more intensely during the full moon. It is important to note that the influence of lunar phases on these phenomena is still being studied and debated by scientists. However, the close relationship between the moon and Earth invites us to consider the possibility that our natural satellite has a much greater impact on our planet than we think.
Since the beginning of time, the moon has captivated the human imagination, being a constant beacon in the vast night sky. Its constant presence in the night sky, marking the rhythm of the tides and seasons, made it an object of fascination and veneration for ancient cultures. The moon influenced not only the natural world, but also the spiritual and cultural. In this chapter, we will explore the different ways in which the moon has been perceived through myths and legends, revealing the deep connection between the celestial body and the human mind. The moon has been a mirror of our aspirations, fears, and dreams. Since the oldest civilizations, the moon has been associated with powerful gods and mythological figures. These lunar deities were seen as guardians and guides, influencing daily life and the cycles of nature. In ancient Mesopotamia, the lunar goddess Nana, later known as Sin, was revered as a goddess of great wisdom and power over fertility and agriculture. Her cult was essential for the prosperity of crops and the stability of society. Her influence extended beyond the natural world, as she was also credited with control over the destiny of men. The moon, through Nana, was seen as a force that could alter the course of human life. In ancient Egypt, the moon was represented by the god Thoth, patron of wisdom, writing, and magic. Thoth was a central figure in Egyptian mythology, symbolizing the power of knowledge and communication. Thoth was considered the inventor of language and the keeper of secret knowledge. His role as a lunar deity connected him with the ability to bring clarity and understanding in times of darkness. His connection to the moon was due to his ability to illuminate the darkness with his light, thus symbolizing the mind's ability to end ignorance. The light of the moon, under the guidance of Thoth, was a beacon of wisdom and truth. It is fascinating to observe how such different cultures as the Mesopotamian and the Egyptian found in the moon a source of inspiration for their myths and beliefs. The moon united these civilizations through a shared understanding of its power and mystery. These ancient stories, passed down from generation to generation, tell us about the importance of the moon in shaping humanity's worldview. The moon as a deity has been an eternal symbol of the connection between heaven and earth, between the divine and the human. Beyond its role as a deity, the moon has also been a central element in countless legends and folk tales. Many cultures have associated the moon with transformation, metamorphosis, and duality, reflecting its own cycle of changing phases in the night sky. A clear example is found in the legends about werewolves, present in various cultures around the world. These stories, charged with mystery and symbolism, link the full moon with the release of the inner beast, the loss of control, and the transformation into a wild and dangerous being. Another fascinating legend is that of the lunar rabbit, present in the mythology of various cultures, from ancient China to the pre-Hispanic civilizations of America. In these stories, the rabbit, a symbol of gentleness and fertility, inhabits the moon, making the potion of immortality or tending a magical garden. These legends, although seemingly simple, contain a deep symbolic meaning. The moon, with its cycles of change and transformation, reminds us of our own dual nature, the constant struggle between light and darkness, reason and instinct that dwells within us.
Friends, as we have seen, the moon has captivated humanity since time immemorial. Since the first civilizations, its glow in the night sky has inspired myths, legends, and dreams of exploration. But it wasn't until the 20th century that we were finally able to go beyond mere observation and leave our mark on its surface. This monumental achievement was the result of decades of research and technological development. On July 20th, 1969, Neil Armstrong uttered the words that would change history forever. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. These words resonated around the world, symbolizing the triumph of human ingenuity. The Apollo 11 mission, a milestone in space exploration, not only allowed us to walk on the moon, but also opened the doors to a new era of scientific discoveries. It was a joint effort of thousands of people dedicated to science and engineering. The lunar rock samples that were brought back to Earth provided invaluable information about the composition and history of our natural satellite. These rocks have allowed us to better understand the formation and evolution of the moon. We learned that the moon and Earth share a common origin, probably a catastrophic event involving a Mars-sized object. This discovery has been fundamental to our understanding of the solar system. In addition, the instruments left on the moon by the Apollo missions continued to send data for years, expanding our knowledge of lunar seismic activity, the magnetic field, and the interaction with the solar wind. This data has been crucial in planning future missions. But the Apollo program was just the beginning. Lunar exploration continues to be a priority for space agencies around the world. Since then, other missions, such as the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, LRO probe, have orbited the Moon, creating maps of its surface in unprecedented detail and revealing the presence of frozen water at the poles, a potentially vital resource for future manned missions. Lunar exploration remains an exciting and possibility-filled frontier. Lunar exploration has not been exclusive to the United States. Other nations such as Russia, China, Japan, and India have sent their own missions, demonstrating the growing global interest in our celestial neighbor. China, for example, has managed to land on the far side of the Moon, a feat never before seen that promises to reveal even more secrets about this celestial body. The Chang'e 4 mission, with its Yutu-2 rover, has been studying the geology and composition of this unexplored region, providing unique data that could revolutionize our understanding of the Moon. The discoveries made thanks to these space missions have implications that go beyond the Moon itself. Studying the Moon helps us better understand the formation and evolution of the solar system as a whole, and provides us with clues about the possibility of life on other planets. In addition, the Moon is emerging as an ideal natural laboratory for conducting scientific experiments in a low-gravity environment, which could lead to advances in areas such as medicine, materials science, and fundamental physics.
Friends, the future of space exploration is linked to the Moon. Space agencies around the world, including NASA and ESA, are planning new manned missions to the Moon in the coming decades. NASA's Artemis program, for example, aims to establish a continuous presence on the Moon by 2028, including the construction of a space station in lunar orbit, called Gateway, which will serve as a starting point for missions to the surface. This time, the goal is not just to plant a flag and come home. The goal is to establish a permanent base on the Moon, an outpost of humanity from which we can explore deep space more efficiently and safely. The possibility of establishing a permanent lunar base poses technological and logistical challenges never seen before. Solar radiation, the lack of a breathable atmosphere, extreme temperatures, and the impact of micrometeorites are just some of the obstacles we must overcome. However, the potential benefits are enormous. A lunar base could serve as a launchpad for missions to Mars and other destinations in the solar system, significantly reducing costs and risks. In addition, the Moon has valuable natural resources, such as helium-3, a rare isotope on Earth that could be used as fuel for nuclear fusion, a clean and inexhaustible source of energy. The extraction and utilization of these resources could have a revolutionary impact on our civilization. Imagine, friends, a future in which humanity has a permanent presence on the Moon. A future in which space exploration is an everyday reality, and in which scientific discoveries made on the Moon transform our lives on Earth.
We have traveled through time and space, exploring the myths, realities, and curiosities that surround our fascinating natural satellite. From ancient legends to the most recent space missions, the Moon has been a source of inspiration and wonder for humanity. As we continue to unlock its secrets, the Moon is emerging as an increasingly promising destination for human exploration and development. Perhaps, in the not-too-distant future, the Moon will cease to be a distant dream and become our next home. Until then, let's keep looking at the stars, with the same curiosity and desire for knowledge that has always characterized our species. Please like this video if you liked it, and subscribe for more fascinating content about the Moon and other interesting topics.